So this is a public announcement. And that's crazy because this just came to me. Y'all ever notice, right? If you were T.I. or if you're in this so-called program, right? You ever notice literally everything is a test. And I always said that if you look at my bio, you'll see that I put that in my bio for a reason. And I also made a song back like 2 years ago. And I said the same thing. Everything is a test. Listen, you know what I noticed? Every time when it comes to this program that we're in, you realize when you pass a test, right? You pass the test, it's like certain things that try to come into your life that gets worse. They try to make it worse. You ever notice that? Like, they try to take every little thing that's good out your life, literally, and try to make it or try to destroy it or try to take it by okay, so let's say this. You know how they say the world is a stage, right? The world is a big ass stage. Who's to say that, right? You're not the main character. Just hear me out. You're the main character and everybody around you is playing a role, right? Is playing a role, but you're not aware that you're the main character in this movie or show or program, whatever. You're the main character, but you're not supposed to know that. You didn't realize as you go through life situations and you try to get better and you realize things get worse over time. You slowly see everything slowly kind of drifting out your life as you elevate, as you get higher into yourself or whatever, or you start to elevate, whatever that may be, spiritually, physically, whatever that may be. You then start to realize that these narratives that they push is all against you. You then realize in this program, everything that they do, whether they don't like the fact that you passing certain levels or you getting better with time, and these people are, you know what I'm saying, they're opposition towards you, and they don't like you, right? Okay, cool. We all know that in this program, as a TI, they don't like you, whatever the case may be. But then you then realize as you get better with time, they start attacking certain little things inside your life. They start taking it away, and then they try to play it out as if it's a big epidemic, when really it's really an attack literally on you specific, but they have to make the illusion to make it seem like it's happening all around the world to make you believe that that's what's really going on, and that's not what's really going on. They have to create this narrative, then create this illusion to make you think that everybody else may be going through the same thing, but that's far from the fucking truth. It's actually that one character that they're going against, but they have to make it look realistic, because at the end of the day, if you was to live in the world and it's just you alone, that would be strange, right? Because how the fuck would you ever live or experience anything with life if it's not, you know what I'm saying? If they make it out to be, they have to, like, in some sense, they have to make it seem as if you're living life with other people as well. Like, they just like you. But they create this narrative, then slowly try to chip away at the things that you do or like, as if they want to study or like whatever the fuck you like. You try to chip away at that. If you ever pay attention as TIs in this program or whatever case may be, you didn't realize, yeah, this shit is crazy. You didn't realize they chip away and then chip away at little shit that can cause you to elevate, or chip away at things that can cause you to be more greater. If you pay attention, then they try to make it big. They try to make it into a big scene, like on the news. They try to come up with some type of big phenomenon. Like, for example, COVID-19. COVID-19 was a big phenomenon. It was a narrative. It was an illusion as well, too. You understand me? I also heard somebody say that, too, and it's true. Somebody said that COVID-19 was a hoax, and I believe it. You understand me? Because if you pay attention, listen to what I'm about to say. Every time you elevate, I've noticed this. Every time when it was time for me to elevate or get a blessing in my life, it's as if these motherfuckers was sent in to try to stop that. In 2019, I remember I was about to move out into my apartment. I had a NYCHA fucking apartment that I was about to move out into. I ended up telling my baby father, this is my twin's father. I told him on the phone. Right when that happened, I opened my mouth and said that, shit started going left since then. Okay? Listen to me. I already met my son's father around that time too. So we was already talking. You know what I'm saying? My kids ended up in the situation to where they got into some situation, and ACS came in and took my fucking kids. This is the first time this happened. And I lost my fucking apartment, and I lost the shelter. I couldn't go back to the shelter no more because they done took my kids. This is what happened. This is when Soraya, my daughter, one of my daughters, ended up in somebody, I had went to court, right? Mind you, this court date happened out of no fucking where. Okay, this court date happened out of nowhere. They knew I was about to get my blessing. They knew that. I was about to move out in 2019. Y'all, I'm telling you, before 2020, I was about to move the fuck out my crib, bro. Why did COVID happen? I'm about to tell you why. Okay, cool, boom. Yo, this shit is crazy. Okay, boom. So, right when that happened, I was looking for daycare. I was waiting for daycare because my kids was about to go back to daycare. I was waiting for them to approve. I was waiting for the child care to approve the fucking the paperwork. You understand me? It's a what the fuck is it? The voucher, excuse me. I was waiting for them to approve the voucher so that the kids could start daycare. That way I could handle my business, right? And go do what I gotta do and look for work or whatever case may be. I was waiting on them to approve that. I needed daycare. I needed somebody to watch the kids. Why the court date happened out of no fucking where for the kids? It was a random ass court date that just popped up out the blue, right on time. Right on time. I needed somebody to watch the kids for me. I was on the phone with my daughter's father, my twin's father at the time. You understand me? At this time, I still didn't. At the time, we wasn't dating or nothing like that. We wasn't dating, actually. I was on the phone or whatever. I was like, da-da-da-da, yeah. I need somebody to watch the kids, da-da-da. I gotta go to court. I couldn't take the kids to court. Ain't no fucking way I was gonna take my kids to court. I didn't want to miss that date. You understand me? I didn't want to miss that date because I was, you know what I'm saying? I was young. I was a little new to this shit. You understand me? So, my baby father, cousin girlfriend, ended up taking my daughters and watching them at the time being. You understand me? And the reason why I let her, listen, she was set. Yo, bro, I'm telling you, the girl was right up the block from my house. How the fuck she ended up the block from my house? Mind you, when I met her, right, I met her through my baby father cousin, his cousin. That was his girlfriend, his cousin girlfriend. I was in the shelter at the time. This girl was living right up the block from me. She just moved out. She was quote unquote, she was quote unquote in the shelter too. She ended up getting her apartment before me. But while she was living right across the street from my shelter, that's kind of suspicious. While she mad close to my house, that's for one. This is my baby father, Akeem's cousin's girlfriend. She moved right up the block from my shelter, literally across the street. All I had to do was walk right up the block to her house. That was it. My baby father told me I'll call her, see if she could da-da-da-da, because right now I can't. I said, all right. Called her. And the crazy thing is I met her a couple of times. I done hung out with them and all of that. I didn't think of nothing bad of her, nothing. I done seen her before. I done hung out. I didn't hang out with her, but like we all hung out together. You know what I'm saying? I didn't hang out like, hey, what you do? Da-da-da-da, let's hang out, da-da-da. No, it was never that. I fucking hung out with all of them together. She never gave me a bad vibe. I didn't think of her too much. She seemed so sweet and stuff. She seemed mad cool, whatever the case may be. I didn't think nothing of her. You understand me? And she had kids herself. So I'm like, oh, she got kids, she got sons and all of that. Like she got two sons or whatever case may be and shit like that. Next thing you know, I needed somebody to watch the kids. She was right up the block from me. That's crazy. So I was like, all right, so she right across the street. So I called her, mind you, I already had her phone. She already told me we hung out. She was like, Ivy, if you ever needed somebody to watch your kids, I can help you. I help you out, da-da-da, help you with the babies, da-da-da. She seemed mad cool. I was like, all right, cool, fine, shit, why not? You know what I'm saying? At the time, I wasn't really beefing with my baby father. We was talking, but we wasn't dating. You understand me? Next thing you know, I dropped my kids off over there. I stayed over there before I left. Let me tell you what I did. I stayed at that house right before I left. I didn't just drop my kids off. I looked around her whole entire apartment. I went inside her house. She was like, I stayed there for like a half an hour with the kids just so that they would be comfortable. You know what I'm saying? To make sure they was comfortable. I stayed a half an hour before I left to court that day. I looked around her whole entire apartment, walked through there, through the whole thing. Mind you, she was brand new. Her apartment was still brand new, so she still had to get shit furnished and shit. She had a bed and shit like that, but she didn't have everything. You know what I'm saying? She had a bed and stuff like that. She had the boys' room. The boys is a little, you know what I'm saying? She had, I think she had a little boy. They were like little boys and stuff. They was kids. You know what I'm saying? Little kids. No big teenagers or nothing like that. She had little kids or whatever. So I stayed there for a half an hour before I left, and I talked to her. I had a whole conversation. She picked up my kids. She acted like she was cool with them. She played with them and stuff like that. She was smiling. She seemed mad nice too. She seemed mad cool. And I was like, all right, girl, I'm about to leave. After that half an hour left, when I tell you I went to court, and it was really nothing. I didn't even have to stay in there that long. I felt like that whole shit had something to do. But listen, after that day, after that court, after I left that shit, let me tell you what happened. My daughter, Soraya, ended up getting burnt on her face. She still got the scar on her face. She got burnt on her face and her hand. My daughter, Soraya, Akeem's daughter, got burnt on the side of her fucking face. She still got the scar. You see the scar right here? I had the scar from you see that little brown thing right there? I had the scar from accidentally putting a baby food jar inside the microwave and open it, and the shit popped on my face, and that scar still there. And this was years ago, like more than 5 years ago. At least 5 years ago. You understand me? And my daughter still got that scar on her face. My daughter still got that scar on her face. She got burnt on her face and her hand. When I left her at that house and I went, listen, they did that on purpose so I wouldn't get my apartment. It was a setup. It had to be. It had to be. Because ain't no motherfucking way. And then the courts, all of a sudden out of nowhere, I get a court date out of fucking nowhere. Out of nowhere. And I was about to get childcare. I was ready. They was about to prove the voucher and all that. My daughter ended up getting burnt inside this girl home. Me being a first-time mom, I had no experience with the courts or anything like that. And they knew that. They played on my vulnerabilities. They played on that. They played on that. When I tell y'all, I was scared out my motherfucking ass. Mind you, this girl, she didn't call me. She didn't tell me nothing. She didn't say anything. She didn't call my phone and say, yo, the girls had an accident. She didn't say nothing. She waited till I got home, got to that house. I called her before I even went to that girl house. I had to drop off some bags because I went to the store. And I was texting this girl the whole way there. You understand me? I was texting. You don't think that one time she could have told me, yo, the girls had an accident? Or your daughter had an accident, da-da-da-da? She didn't say shit to me. Nothing. When I tell you, I text the girl all the way there to the court. When I was even when I was going to court, I was texting her the whole time. I do not play about my kids. My kids always been with me. I never left my kids with no fucking body, bro. You understand me? Nobody. I never left my kids with no fucking body. My kids always been with me 24/7 every day, y'all. Every fucking day. Every day. When I tell you, after that shit, right? And I gotta be transparent and honest. I was young, I was scared, and I didn't know what the fuck to do, honestly. I was panicking. When I went to that girl house, before I went to her house, I texted her, I'm like, yo, I'm on my way back, but I gotta go drop off something at the house. I went to go pee. Hold on. I went to go pee. I went home, dropped off the bags that I had, whatever. I had bought some stuff for the girls and stuff like that. I had dropped off some bags. Went to go pee, and I told her I'm on my way. I had did a little bit of cleaning before I got, you know what I'm saying? Because I wanted to take a break. And I was like, yo, da-da-da-da. She didn't even say nothing. She didn't even make it seem like something happened to them. I'm texting her the whole time. She didn't even tell me nothing. Even while I was in the house, in the shelter, cleaning up. So when I get home, I go pick my girls up. They'll come home to a clean house. I just had a little bit of cleaning to do. That's it. I wanted to make sure all of that was up before I got home and had to do all of that with the kids. You understand me? I ain't expect to come back from the courthouse knowing that my baby got burnt on her motherfucking face and shit like that. You understand me? I didn't expect that to happen. I'm not coming from the courthouse coming home thinking that anything happened. I'm coming back thinking like, finally, like I get a little break. Let me just take a little advantage of this and take this time to clean up and drop this bag off and take a little bit of time for myself. A little bit of minute. I didn't even take that long. She was right up the block from me. When I tell you I went to that motherfucking house, not one time did she call me and say that anything happened with my girl, with my daughter. And I went up in that house and saw my baby face burnt in her hand. I knew from that time something had to give because it all did not make no sense to me. None of this shit made sense to me. None of it. Court, all of a sudden, first of all, it started off with my apartment. I ended up calling my baby father saying I'm about to move. My twin's father. Knowing the shelter that I was staying in. I'm about to move. After that happened, shit started going left. I called him. I'm talking to this nigga. Da-da-da-da-da. This, and the third. My baby ended up getting burnt in somebody else's home. Ended up having ACS come and take my motherfucking babies away. I had to get kicked out the fucking shelter because I couldn't stay there no more. Lost my motherfucking apartment. That was my very fucking first. I think that was my first or my second? That was my second time having my first apartment. That wasn't really fully mine. You understand me? I was staying in the shelter. It was tier 2, and they was gonna give it to me. I was supposed to sign the lease, and I didn't even get to do that. So the second time I had a night apartment. This time, this is the one I'm talking about. This is when they first took my fucking kids away from me. For real. And that's what they did. I was so scared out my ass. I didn't know what the fuck to do, y'all. I'm a first-time mom, yo. I didn't have the people around me. Like, I had my family, but I was so on my independent shit that I didn't really want to rely on nobody because I wanted to take care of myself and my babies and do it for me. You understand me? So, that's what happened. And next thing you know, I was scared out my ass. I didn't even want to call ACS. I didn't want to tell them shit. I was like, you know what? I was shocked. I didn't know what to do. I didn't know to take them to the hospital because I couldn't deal with my babies getting taken away. I could be transparent and honest, y'all. I didn't take her right away to the hospital. I put my baby, I wrapped her up with ointment. It was right across the street. I went right to CVS. It was a Target across the street too as well. And it was a CVS. I went right up in that motherfucker, grabbed all the ointments and everything that I could get to get this shit together for my baby. You understand me? I was scared. When I tell you I was scared out my ass at that time, I already knew what was happening. I already saw what was going to happen. And I was scared. I'm like, damn. Like, I didn't think that this bitch would have really did this to me. Like, for real. How did my daughter get that burn on her face? And how did her hand get burned? She tried to say that she touched the steam. You know them steams that you have inside the apartments? How the fuck can my newborn touch a steam, burn her face, and burn her hand the way that it was burnt on her face and stuff like that? How? How can she possibly have done that? I'm pretty sure anything that's steaming hot, a baby would not. I understand a baby can touch and stuff like that, but you're supposed to be watching the kids. I done watched, you know how many motherfucking kids I done watched in my life and none of them got motherfucking hurt, burnt, or none of that? Y'all, when I tell you that shit had to be done on purpose, it almost seemed as if it was a setup because ain't no motherfucking way. I had a random ass court date that happened right when I was about to get childcare. Right when I was about to get approved for childcare. Right when I was about to get my apartment. All of a sudden, all that shit happened. That's not a coincidence, now is it? You would say that's a coincidence. Oh, things just happen. No, things don't just happen. Things just don't happen like that. What would you call that? They go with the slamming doors. They slamming doors and shit. This is what they do to try to disturb me, to fuck with my peace and stuff like that. You understand me? Because I speak my truth and I tell the truth. Now let me tell you something. That happened, right? After that happened, it was a day later. After that happened, after a day later, after that, I didn't take her to the hospital that night or nothing like that. It was the nighttime. I wanted to get home. I needed some time to think. I didn't know who to call, who to talk to. I ended up speaking to one of my workers, and not ACS, but one of my workers, and letting her know something. She was kind enough to be very understanding and stuff like that. But next thing you know, I'm telling you, one of the workers had to come see me at the house. I had to end up telling her. You know what I'm saying? And guess what they did? They did exactly what I was afraid of. I even spoke to before my baby father, my last baby father, before we even had kids, we was in the talking stage. I told him what happened. He was aware what was going on. He was aware when he came into my life. My baby father was aware of the situation with me dealing with ACS. That's the only thing he was aware of, me dealing with ACS, and the fact that my baby ended up getting burnt, because I ended up telling him. My first baby father, my last baby father, before we even had any children. We was in talking stage, we was talking, we was dating. Somewhat, yeah. Well, we wasn't dating, actually, we was in the talking stage, my bad. We wasn't dating. The only reason I started dating him for real is because I had nowhere to go. I had got kicked out the fucking shelter. I had to go to a single mom shelter, and I couldn't deal with that. I would have been depressed. And on top of that, all of a sudden, COVID-19 happened. Right around the same time. Ain't that a coincidence? Now it's lockdown. So you think I would have probably been fucking depressed if I had to leave that shelter and go to a single mom shelter all alone and I had my motherfucking babies? Going through all of that shit and knowing that my baby got burnt to him and the ACS came and take my motherfucking babies away from me. I had nowhere to go. I had all my shit plus my baby stuff. My baby father, before he was my baby father, the last one, he told me to come move in with him. I didn't move in right away. He was trying to tell me to live with him. I wasn't trying to do that. I was trying to get my shit, and that's what I was doing. I didn't want to live with him, but I had no choice. I had to end up going with him anyway, because I needed somewhere to store my shit at. Because where the fuck was I going to take it? I didn't have no storage. So I ended up staying with my baby father during the pandemic as well, but still fighting for my daughters and getting them home. That's when they came up with all the services for me to do. And when I tell you I completed all of that shit, I even got proof that I did this shit, you'll be shocked. But after that shit happened, they can't really blame that. They can't use that against me. You understand me? Because also they took her to the hospital and all of that and shit like that. I took her to the hospital with them. That's when my kids got taken. They did a big ass service plan and shit like that. And they also knew them people also knew that I had DV with one of my baby fathers as well. That was a long time ago. But that shit was done up a long time ago, before all of this shit occurred. But when I tell y'all, it seems as if every time something good happens for me, you didn't realize this big ass event starts to happen, like this big ass narrative. They create this big ass illusion narrative for me or for us. Them TIs, if you a TI, you know you got eyes to see, you will see. You know what the fuck I'm talking about. It seemed as if everybody else, and then it's like everybody else play into it. You understand me? Everybody else play into this shit to make it seem like it's real. COVID-19 was a fucking hoax. It was a lie. It was a narrative that was created. It was bullshit. Everything is a test. Low key. Somewhat. You understand me? Because ever since that happened, all of a sudden lockdown happened. Now we locked down in the house for 2 years. Can't do shit. Can't go out. Can't do nothing. All of a sudden. Now I'm stuck with this nigga in the house. Then we eventually started dating. Ended up pregnant with this motherfucking kids. It just didn't, you know what I'm saying? It's just weird. It's like orchestrated events that's been happening in my motherfucking life purposely just to make me look like a fucking fool and to have my kids taken away from me on purpose. This is all this is. And you can't tell me that this shit don't add up, because it does. COVID-19 was a fucking hoax. And if you a TI, you know inside this motherfucking program, you know exactly what the fuck I'm talking about. You know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm talking about. It's just no fucking way in hell that I could have been had my apartment. And this is why I said what I said. I was in a shelter for all that time, and it all makes sense. Why was I in the fucking shelter that fucking long, my nigga? For real. For 8 fucking years? For that fucking long? And you don't think I've been trying to get my motherfucking self together? You must be out your fucking mind. Orchestrated events to put us in situations, to fail us, to fuck us over. You understand me? To make us look some type of way. I won't say us. I'm talking about me. Fuck us. I'm talking about me, because I don't believe there's other TIs out there. I don't believe that shit. I want to speak for myself. I don't believe that shit, because it's too many motherfucking people for it to not be recognized by the public eye. That's bullshit. And everybody acting delusional. Oh, you're not going to be safe. Da, da, da. Why is it? Because there's only one person going through it. That's why. That's why nothing's happening. Oh, my bad. Until I really see some shit happen and change happen, then I'll believe it. But other than that, I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear the fucking noise and the performance and the lies. Because if it was real, change would happen. If it was that real. If anybody else is going through it. Oh, my bad. But my life experience is real. And maybe these events is forcing me. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, let's be for real. Let's be fucking for real. I didn't lose my kids because I done anything wrong. I lost my kids because this is orchestrated events set up for me to have my kids taken away from me. And to have me look like a goddamn fucking fool. To justify the fucking abuse that they done been doing to me for years. Pain, misery, lies, setups in my motherfucking life for no fucking reason. I've done nothing to nobody to deserve this shit. My kids is somewhere else with somebody else when they could be with their mom. No, like what the fuck is happening? I'm trying to take care of my motherfucking family. And all of this shit been going on when I was unaware of what was happening to me. Even down to my baby being burnt in daycare. That was also orchestrated as well. My daughter ended up getting burnt inside daycare, her foot. And ACS already saw that. They done came and checked that whole shit out too. I was in the shelter around that time too. And I went with my baby to the hospital. We all went together. And the fucking daycare lady tried to blame me and say I'm the one that did that. Mind you, the lady, they found out that the daycare lady was lying because my baby had a specific blanket. When she said that she tried to take those pictures that I took the pictures in my phone. I took pictures of my daughter's foot, mind you. It was a blanket, a specific blanket laid out underneath my baby's foot. She tried to say that she took that picture. Mind you, the picture, you could trace the picture back to my phone. I'm the one that took those pictures. She tried to say that she took those pictures and sent it to me and say that Soraya foot was burnt. She tried to lie and flip it on me and try to make it seem like I was the one that burnt my baby and that I sent her to the daycare that way. And that she's the one that took those pictures and sent it to me. And they found out that you could find who took the pictures from what phone, and I took those pictures. She tried to flip it on me. She ended up getting caught in her fucking lie. That's how I was able to keep my babies too. They've been doing this. They even tried to do this a couple of years ago with my daughter. They tried to sit up there, mind you, the teachers in her school, when my daughters was of age, it was like 4 years old. My babies was 4, my twins was 4. They was in pre-K. And my daughter was in kindergarten, my oldest daughter. I was taking them to school every motherfucking day. They try to play this. They try to play me in their school too. In their school, they try to sit up there and say that I wasn't bringing them with no clothes. Mind you, I had a caseworker. They didn't even know that I already had an ACS case open already. And I had caseworkers coming to see the kids all the time. She tried to flip it, try to make it seem like, oh, I wasn't bringing the girls with no socks. Mind you, the worker stepped up and said, no, Miss Bishop has clothes for them. That's one thing I could say. Miss Bishop has clothes for them kids. Da 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 da. She try to, yeah, they try to get a case, try to make you to have a case to upset the parents in these schools. That's what they do. Yep. So if you have a kid and stuff like that, they try to play in your fucking face. You know what I'm saying? It depends. Not all people do that, because not everybody's evil. But yeah, that's what happened. So when I tell you I've been fighting for my kids for years, literally going through it in unaware situations that I didn't even know that I was being in with certain people, playing in my motherfucking life in my face, putting me through unnecessary trauma and pain after pain, and then people want to say that I'm being dramatic, I'm being weird, I'm being this, I'm always crying, I'm always not letting go of shit, gaslighting me, continuously gaslighting me, always gaslighting me, making it seem like what I'm talking about, I'm making this shit up and shit like that. That's not even true. You never went through that. Stop lying, da 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 da. Then you got motherfuckers out here sending abusive men into my life to fuck me up, to beat me up, to hit on me, just because because they knew that I was going to eventually get to a point where I was going to fucking start talking and speaking about my experience, because to them I'm too sensitive. But what you not going to do is continuously to play in my motherfucking face and manipulate me and gaslight the fuck out of me and continue to harm me for no motherfucking reason. I've done nothing to nobody to deserve this type of shit. You understand me? Now they sitting up there holding my motherfucking kids. They got my kids in the system and using it against me, and then trying to manipulate me, talking about they want to terminate my motherfucking rights. Like I'm the one that did anything fucking wrong, and I finished all services and did all fucking completed all these services. I think the fucking ACS got something to do with it too. This got something to do with the fucking government. ACS, yes it does. This is all a fucking scam. This is all this shit is, nigga. This is all this is. And then it all traced back to why I'm saying, why isn't nobody doing what they got to do for their kids? Why? Why? Okay. Okay then. All right then. Yep. Hold on, let me turn this camera around real quick. This is what they do. Hold on. Oh, okay. Never mind. Then when I start speaking out, they do speaking out. I'm not speaking out, I'm speaking my truth. Fuck. They start to do intimidation tactics and shit like that, trying to intimidate me for speaking what the fuck what was done to me, all the injustice that was done to me. I didn't do nothing to deserve this. I wouldn't even be up here speaking about this shit if I didn't know that this shit was happening to me. You understand me? Because let's be honest, who the fuck deserves this type of shit? Not me. I did nothing to nobody to deserve this type of ill treatment. You understand me? And then not only that, they've been targeting my motherfucking kids too. What do you call that? That shit was done purposely to my daughter. You understand me? A perfect way to get ACS more involved inside my life. I was about to move out before 2020. I was about to have my own apartment. You understand me? Let me clean this stuff up. Right before 2020, I was about to have my own fucking apartment. Then I had to leave the shelter, lose all of my shit, plus my kids, start all over. But this time, I didn't go inside the fucking family, the female shelter. Because who the fuck want to be depressed during COVID-19 in a fucking room all by themselves and they just lost their fucking kids? You understand me? And I lost all my shit. I wasn't about to lose all my stuff inside that apartment. No. I mean, inside that shelter that I was staying in. No. The fuck? Hell no. Nah, I wasn't having that. I wasn't having that. You understand me? That's what I'm saying. This shit that has happened to me has been injustice in my life. And I don't care who want to say that I'm making shit up, that I'm lying, that I'm being dramatic. What was done to me was not fair. It was not right for me and my kids to be the shit that we had to suffer through, the things that we had to go through, and my kids don't even know none of this shit that happened. I'm never gonna sit up here and like put this shit in their ear, because why the fuck would, you know what I'm saying? That's not right. That's not fucking right. This is what makes me angry, because it's like, yo, I end up having kids with a, you know what I'm saying? With somebody like that, and then you treat me the way that you, nah, that's crazy. And then it's like they continuously to talk. Look what they did to my teeth. This is terrorist. This is what they're doing to me. They knocking my teeth out my mouth. You understand? They knocked a lot of teeth out my mouth. They causing me to have this, I looked it up. They said it's, they could cause you to have fake cancer and stuff like that. Causing you to have synthetic diseases that's not real. It's man-made shit to make you sick and stuff like that, to cause you problems, health problems, and give you health problems and stuff like that. You understand me? Some people call it satanic ritual abuse, and they call it satanic ritual abuse, and really, honestly, it's also a form of energy harvesting of what they're doing as well. So yeah, this is what's been happening. But this is what I'm saying. It's like as if there's these people in the big world stage, right? They say the world is a stage and stuff like that. So you got this main character that's not aware of what was happening before. But then it's like as if when something happens good, they create this big ass fucking illusion, this narrative, to try to fit in what they want into your life to happen by creating this big ass illusion and narrative to then play it out on a world stage. But then that's why people say to question everything and to not believe everything that you hear and see. I get why they say that now, to question everything and do not believe everything you hear and see, because it makes fucking sense when you really think about it. Like, when you really think about certain shit, like, why the fuck would that, you know what I'm saying? Like, what the fuck, what's up with that? You know what I'm saying? Like, you not God, like, da-da-da-da type shit, you know what I'm saying? Like, who are you? Like, da-da-da-da, like, you know what I'm saying? They talk about false prophets and shit, people that go, yeah. But what I'm saying is, what I've noticed in this life is that there has been orchestrated events that has happened. And not only that, it's like every time something good happens for a TI or a person inside this program, they then try to chip away at anything that can make you successful, at anything that can make you better or good or have any type of success or anything, whether that be a job, whether that be anything you starting, whether that be a business, whether that be any motherfucking thing that you got going on that could cause you to have success or any type of money in your pockets. They try to chip away at that by causing big ass events or try to stop you or delay you from being figured. Right now, as I speak, I posted a couple of photos and pictures and stuff, and they out there. I literally watched this shit for a couple of weeks now. Watch when I post certain videos and pictures, I see exactly they deliberately they'll stop the views. Like, let's say I post the beautifulest picture ever. They'll stop the views from being seen on that specific picture, but if I post a regular picture, they'll let the views go all the way up. They so fucking weird because it's like, you motherfuckers are so jealous of me that y'all even try to control my views, manipulate my views and my like, that's really excuse me, that's really crazy. Like, that's really fucking beyond crazy. Like, I got people out here literally controlling my media, my views, who sees me and shit like that. And that's crazy. That's fucking very crazy. Like, you really obsessed like that? Like, that's really insane, y'all. That's some real obsessive, real fucking demonic, crazy shit. Like, you that obsessed that a motherfucker posts a pretty picture or a nice picture and you trying to suppress those views. But if a person posts a regular picture, whatever, then all of a sudden views is being shown all of a sudden. But when you post a nice picture, they suppressing those. Like, you weird as shit. Like, these people is weird as fuck. But besides that, it's just the fact that these people sitting up here, and I've noticed that it's always some type of big ass event that happens when they want something done, like a pandemic or a shutdown or something else. You understand me? A fucking distraction or some shit that happens or whatever case may be. But it all starts with that one individual. I think this is what I'm picking up on, because it don't make any sense. And then it's like the background characters have to like low-key play along. But that's what I experienced, because this hasn't happened. This happened plenty of times. The same shit with my first apartment. When I got my first apartment, I let my baby father stay in. This nigga got me kicked out the house with his newborn babies. I had to start all over again. Literally. His newborn fucking twins. I was living in a tier 2 shelter. They was about to give me that whole fucking apartment. I told this nigga to leave the house. I had him come over because I wanted him to visit his daughters. You understand me? You could have come over on the weekend and leave after the weekend. You know what I'm saying? And leave after. Because on Monday, they do room checks. They come upstairs. They do apartment checks and all of that. You understand me? Not supposed to be here. But you know how you are. Y'all know who y'all are. You know what I'm saying? In the shelter, the girls. Y'all know about this shit. You know what I'm saying? The only reason I let him come is because we just had our babies. And I didn't want to be a whack bitch and keep him away from his daughters. I got a full picture. I got a full-blown picture the day that he came over. Yo, I'm telling you, I got a picture of the day that this nigga came over to my fucking crib to see his newborns. I took a picture of him and his babies together. When he used to come, he had newborn babies, twins. I was like, nah, let him come over and see his daughters. Like, let me not do that. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to be bitter. I try to make things work as much as possible with this is my man at the time. I try to make it work as much as possible. And I did love him. No funny shit. I loved him. You understand me? I did. A part of me did. I sure did. And that hurt my heart. He hurt me. But he did. But when I tell you, this is when I had DV. This is what happened when I ended up in the DV situation with this motherfucker. This motherfucker right here would not leave my house. I told him to leave. He did not leave. He didn't even try to hurry the fuck up and leave. I said, yo, it's Monday. You gotta go. You have to go because them people's gonna come up here. This motherfucker, when I tell you this motherfucker hid underneath the motherfucking bed, like these motherfuckers wasn't gonna find your long ass underneath my motherfucking bed. He got me kicked out my shit, y'all. Put out. And not only that did he get me put out because of that, he got me put out because he broke into my fucking crib. And this nigga bust through my door and fought me. Stole my phone out my house, ran down the fucking block, bust through my motherfucking door, stole my phone because I wasn't picking up the phone for him. And I was ignoring him. Came through my motherfucking house, kicked my door down. Literally. Mind you, this is a shelter. You're not even supposed to be doing this. This is not even my apartment right now, nigga. You doing too much and making it too hot. And that's what he wanted. He wanted to make it hot. Because no man in their right mind know that you staying in the shelter with newborn babies. Am I going to get my motherfucking baby mother kicked out with my 2 kids in the cold? Hell no, I'm not doing that. I'm not about to make her spot hot and she gotta put food in my baby's belly and take care of my kids and stuff like that. Ain't no way I'm about to do that. But see, a man that ain't got shit the fuck to lose, he will do some shit like that. A nigga that's insecure, that don't got his shit together and ain't got shit the fuck to lose, well, nigga will be a nigga to sabotage your shit. And that's exactly what the fuck he did. Got me put right the fuck out on the street with his newborn babies, had to start all over again. That was the first time. The second time, I ended up telling him about my apartment, me moving out to the night. This is what I was just explaining. And this time I wasn't dating him. We wasn't dating at all. I was just letting him speak to his daughters here and there. That's it. We wasn't even seeing each other like that. You understand me? That's when this big ass event happened. When my daughter ended up getting burnt by somebody close to him. That he also was hanging around and trusted too. So it's like, you know what I'm saying? I didn't never expected that to happen. I was so shocked at my ass and me being a new mom. Not, you know what I'm saying? I was nervous. Now it's different now because I know better, but I was nervous. I didn't know what the fuck to do. And I thought of every motherfucking outcome that night of what could have possibly happened. And I was scared. And exactly what happened. And not once did my baby father stood up to fight for his fucking daughters. Just let that shit happen. Try to pretend like he cared. I didn't understand it. Me being a mom, I did not understand. Like, why the fuck, why? Like, why would, you know what I'm saying? It wasn't clicking in my skull like somebody could be that treacherous, that motherfucking manipulative and evil and just fucking a loser because you have nothing to lose. You have nothing to lose. When I tell you he came into my house in 29 in that time with his newborn babies when he first got me kicked out my place. When I tell you that nigga fucked me up, fought me, stole my phone and left out my motherfucking house. Took my motherfucking phone. Thank God I had 2 phones at the time. I had tracked my phone. This nigga took my phone. That nigga gave me a yo. That's when I ended up with a DV case with this nigga. Yeah. Mind you, these are his newborn babies. Only a couple of months old. No more than 3. No more than 3 months. At least 2 months. I'm lying. Probably wasn't even 2 months. They probably was weeks. They were newborns. Matter of fact, they just came home, actually. So, yeah, they was newborns. Newborns! I can't believe I experienced all of this shit in my life, y'all. It just never made sense to me. I'm like, yo, my life cannot be like this. I'm not doing anything wrong. I'm not hurting my baby. Like, I'm not doing nothing so severe that it causes a man to want to, you know what I'm saying, to put his hands on me. Like, I understand I get mad but you have to do something in order for me to react the way that I react. I don't just go out my life and just harm and hurt people for no motherfucking reason at all. That don't even make sense to me. You understand me? That shit never made sense to me. Now I gotta explain to my kids Why they father's not in their life? My kids is asking questions now, and that's even more sad because it's like I don't even, like, what am I supposed to tell them? Now I'm at the process right now where these motherfuckers trying to sit up here, and if I can't get nobody to listen to my motherfucking story and hear me out and literally be genuine about this situation, just because you have motherfuckers disliking me and not want to hear me out and nothing, not support me, that's fine too. You don't want to support me and show me love and nothing like that, that's fine too. But I know my story is real, and nobody can mimic anything or copy or do any of that shit and copy my motherfucking story and try to, you know what I'm saying, be out here. This is real life. This is what I really experienced. This is some real shit. You understand me? I wouldn't want, yo, listen. I don't care about them people on the internet. They don't faze me. I don't care. I don't care nothing about them. This is real genuine shit. Real shit that I've experienced. And I don't know what's making me talk about, I don't know. But I feel like there's something pushing me to do this. To talk about my experience. I never wanted to get up here and do this shit. I just wanted to live my life and take care of my fucking fit. That's it. Just try to do right and do by others and do. That's it. But hey. Listen. This is my life experience. This is what I've been doing. I'm not exposing anything that has not happened to me. I didn't deserve any of the shit that happened to me. You understand me? I know there was something different about me. And I'm just like, yo, I know I'm great. My life is not reflecting what I know what's in me, what I feel. You know what I'm saying? Like, it just don't reflect what I am, what I know. Like, I'm wise. I got wisdom. I got wisdom with time as well. And I also learned through trials and tribulations as well as sure, but I wouldn't call that trials and tribulations to me. Shit, I wouldn't even put God into this. You know what I'm saying? Although I love God and God is a, but people like to manipulate that shit. You understand me? You have motherfuckers out here so stupid enough to be like, oh, well, it's good, get a God. Yeah, whatever. This is some inhuman shit. So yeah, this is my story, and this is what I feel has happened. Not what I feel has happened. As far as what I'm talking about, as far as the narratives that they try to push when something good happens for me. They try to come up with this big ass illusion to then deter what is meant for me or what's great for me. You understand me? This has happened plenty of times. Like they trying to steal my blessing. What's for me? Slow me down and shit like that. Causing me pain, heartache, all of this inhuman ass behavior, because this shit is inhuman. It's not real. It's not what a real person would, you know what I'm saying? People is not just going around hurting people. Like, I don't give a fuck. Ain't no way. The injustice, the nastiness that you have caused to me in my life for years on top of years. Thinking that I deserve this shit, and I never deserved any of this shit. These motherfuckers believe that I deserve to be abused. These motherfuckers believe that I deserve to be in a relationship with an abusive ass man. Like, if I'm not with an abusive ass man, I won't have a man at all. Like, what? What type of sick, demonic shit is that? And then you end up alone and then realize why you alone. And that's okay, because you're not going to sit up there and settle for no fucking abusive ass man putting his fucking hands on you for absolutely no fucking reason. My whole mind would change after that. Once you put your fucking hands on me, I would never see you the same again. I can never do that. I can never stay with an abusive ass fucking man. Like, I just can't. I will never be able to look at you the same. I won't feel the same for you. I just can't. I can't. I can't. Especially if you doing shit with force. If you just out of the blue, just busting out, just bugging out on somebody. Like, hell no. You got problems. I can never sit up there and allow myself to be defeated knowing I have a family to take care of. Knowing I'm a mother of 5 babies I gotta show up for. And this motherfucker out here trying to destroy my motherfucking life. And I'm not gonna sit up here and just blame all that on him, but it's bigger than him too. It's other shit that's going on as well. Trying to ruin my fucking life. You know what I'm saying? Do me dirty in all types of way and then turn around and gaslight me in my fucking face. Doing me slime left or right. Taking what's mine, what belongs to me. And then trying to terminate what the fuck it belongs to me. Like my God-given stuff that was given to me. Like trying to take my shit, my God-given stuff that was given to me. Do that even make sense? What God has given to me, these motherfuckers out here trying to take every little bit of it from me and steady trying to gaslight me. And then they got people online as well. This is what I was talking about, the narratives and the illusions that they do. They got people online mimicking and copying my life as if it's their story to tell. And then not only that, they throwing shade while they're telling the story. Another form of abuse. I'm sorry, there's something on my eye that's like sticky. I don't know what the fuck. You know what I'm saying? While throwing shade at me online. And it's like, I don't really pay them no mind. I don't care about them people because I've never met you before. I don't know who you people are. I don't care to know you. I don't give a fuck. But then it's like, it makes you think like, is this shit really real? Because where are the people that's genuine, that really, you know what I'm saying? It's like I go to a different outlet, a different, you know what I'm saying, source or people or group or out in the community or whatever. And then it's like there's people out there that seem genuine, stuff like that. But then when you get up on a certain specific, you know what I'm saying? It's like they try to instill doubt into you. They try to make you think other shit that's not true. You know what I'm saying? Playing illusions, creating with narratives and all of this stuff to make you think other shit than what it's not. Then they have people online trying to instill doubt and fear into you. You know what I'm saying? Trying to discredit your testimony, your damn story, your damn truth. Like, it just don't make any sense. Like, they want to call you sensitive, you soft. Nobody want to be a monster. Nobody want to be gangster all the time. Nobody want to sit up there and be all that extra hard body shit. Sometimes niggas want to relax and just breathe a little bit, my nigga. Why the fuck do you gotta be so fucking you know what I'm saying? Only demons think like that. Like, come on. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to say it like that, but I like to refer to Bible sometimes because it's like, but other than that, yeah, that's it. That's all.